whatever it was big.
It was really close range, and it was coming closer.
It sounded big.
It did. It sounded like it was coming up on the road.
It was not what I expected, you know. We've had the phantom light occurrence, we've had EVPs, we've had this type of ghostly activity, but things got real physical. Whatever's out there certainly responded to the invocation of Amy's name.
I think we just hit a cold spot. Talk to us.
We were documenting a temperature decrease in the environment to some 5 or 6 degrees Fahrenheit. And the moment that Tom brought her name up,
Do you remember Amy?
this response, this EVP that says, Amy was the person that was driving the vehicle at the time that Matthew Floyd fell off. And then it broke squelch on our CB.
Is that somebody trying to get in contact with us?
It was like the air pressure was increasing, and what started with 0.2
0.2?
went up to a 0.4 and then back down to 0, and then we got this monster EMF spike.
Getting really creeped.
A pretty high reading to get in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel creeped out too.
37.
And then shortly after that, it aggressively charged at us, or made an attempt to rush at us.
Came up onto the side of the road and then stopped.
It just stopped right there. And were that an animal, you'd have surely heard it moving away.
Is anybody there?
It made no growling noises or breathing noises. It just simply broke a bunch of shit.
It sounded big.
And at the car, made a pretty good knock on our field mic. Like, bam.
The game was stepped up.
Before we even had most of our equipment set up, we end up picking up a voice that really does have a childlike or adolescent-like quality to it.
Well, it sounds like a child asking us what we're doing out there.
It sounds to me like it says, "What do you fucking want?" I think the agitation in the tone of the voice is pretty apparent. Maybe that's Matthew, and he's starting to get frustrated with us or something for disturbing his environment.
Did you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
Came from right over there.
Mm-hmm. I certainly did.
We repeated all of our experiments and tried to do it with a clearer head.
You want to come over here and help me aim this while I put baby powder in the trunk?
And a better composure, and continue to try to open up a dialogue with Matthew or whatever the hell is out there, Noodles.
We're out here for the 4th time at Weary Road. We put fresh batteries in everything. Fresh batteries in laser grid, fresh batteries in all the cameras. Because that way we have proof if anything moves these. A trigger object is an object that should have some meaning with an entity so that you can be able to make contact through it, or it would attract the entity, or you can get it to move the object.
Did you open the bag of Doritos?
I did not.
Can you please open it? Oh.
All right, Matthew.
We brought these for you. All yours.
They're all yours. Just come up and help yourself. That was your CB.
That was your CB.
I thought that was yours.
That was yours.
Wow. May not seem like a lot, but imagine trying to grab a bag of Doritos with no hands.
All yours.
They're all yours. Just come up and help yourself.
We both wanted to take a look at the area to see if there was any visible damage created in the ditch that this thing rushed us from.
Alright, so it's right about here. So we heard the thing come crashing up out of the woods. I don't see nothing that's disturbed, man. Oh, I just got a .17. Do you remember us? Because we've been out here before. And you've treated us rather rudely a few times.
Tom's saying we've been out here 4 times and you've treated us
That's
rather
right.
rudely.
You know, we've been out here 4 times. And our Ovilus says... That's right. You know, we've been out here 4 times. Which was an intelligent response to what I was saying.
It displays the spirit's ability to be able to manipulate that box.
Got .2.
Yeah.
We documented additional EMF activity.
Do you want us to take a message back to your parents, Matthew?
Timely bird.
Just had a sharp pain in my back.
$72. $68 on the road. Can you make a light?
At one point, I see this flash of light down by the car.
That I saw something flash down in the car. It was just real quick, way down there.
Before there are EVPs, sometimes you will record a frequency pop.
Frequency pops or transient anomalies that are like precursors to an EVP or a spirit voice coming through into the audible range. It's theorized that the force of that transfer of energy creates some sort of an anomalous transient.
We don't know how it works, and this is one of the reasons why we do this, is because we want to understand how this works.
It's out here. Does the video camera bother you?
One of the things we introduced to our investigations at Weary Road are CB radios to facilitate communication that specifically wouldn't interfere with our millimeter.
Was that you that triggered this radio? What's your name? Say it to the red light. Something out there was manipulating these CB radios. Oh, I got to shiver something awful.
At times seems to answer to our questions.
My legs are super cold.
Temperature is colder. It's 61.
Yeah, 60. Should go check the experiments at the car.
We may even have a recording of a voice asking or pleading for help.
All right. What is going on here? Battery still holding in around 6.64 area.
Fourth Weary investigation, me and Tom end up getting not just more evidence, but a wider variety of activity and evidence.
We got another one with a weird warbly vibrato sound.
Our first experiment with the laser grid and the baby powder on the trunk unfortunately didn't turn anything up, but we set it up again anyway because we continue to get these knocks and physical contacts with our vehicle, in particular on the trunk.
How's the trunk look? Just like we left it. I looked. I didn't see nothing. Tried this experiment a second time, didn't work. There was something. You can see in the time-lapse video a mist moving along the side of the car. Marks started appearing in the baby powder. It looks like somebody's drawing in the baby powder with a finger or just reaching out and touching it.
Tiny little spots were being carved away as if pushed by a finger, an invisible finger.
The most striking being the long vertical line drawn across the back window of the car in the baby powder. When we tried this experiment the first time, one of the most bug-filled environments I've ever been in, we didn't find any evidence like this. We found examples of bugs actually moving in the powder, which these are not. All right, Matthew.
The plot definitely thickens.
I'm going to leave a bag of Doritos here for you.
More and more pieces of this puzzle are starting to come together.
Come up and snack on them after you leave.
Whatever this thing is can certainly use the CBs as a means to communicate with us.
Does the video camera bother you?
Was that you that triggered this radio?
It can figure out how to manipulate the PX talking device
here
to spit
before.
out relevant contextual words
And
at
you
us.
treated us rather rudely a few times. You know, we've been out here 4 times.
It's shown its ability to be physical with us. It might actually be intelligent.
Do you remember Amy?
And then we're starting to learn that there are things out there that aren't just Matthew Floyd. And that our suspicions are well-founded.
He's going with me though.
You're not gonna leave him to do? It's the offering.
It's not